It's Friday again, and it's time to look over the buff for Howard the Duck. That's right, Howard the Duck is the buff in question that we're going to be looking at. There's going to be a full deep dive in as well. We're going to go back to what we've currently got in game. But also, we must go over the buff information. So this info will probably be dropped on the forums if you want to read there and as well can listen at the same time, because we're going to be going between the build that's in game and yeah, as I said, the one that's kind of advertised here. So what Kabam's saying, when Howard was whisked away, was the blood. Oh, okay, we know about that. Howard the Duck is all about the long game. His Fury, Armor Break, and Suppression and Heal Block abilities drastically reduces opponent's survivability, which is Dormant Armor grants longevity, boosting armor up buffs. And Howard's Mash ability rewards the skilled and unskilled alike by improving the aforementioned abilities through the ancient art of butter mashing. Howard's signature ability further improves upon his survivability by improving critical resistance and reducing debuff duration. Now, this is going to be the key thing of what's added, what's removed, what is all this champion about. Heal block, yeah, okay. SP1 allows us to shut down healers. Okay, armor break, easily handle armor up, yeah, long fights. The longer the fight, the more time to build up Fury, armor breaks. Howard can amass tons of damage in extended bout. Okay, good. Right, if that's the case, good. Weaknesses against that. Debuff Shrug, because it does debuffs. And so what is really changed? Because that's going to be the key thing. So, developer saying the key to Howard's new kit is paying attention to how his abilities fall off. All his effects falling off one at a time means not only does stacking his effects make them more potent, it also effectively increases the duration of each effect as well. So, are we saying less is more? So that may be the thing. Button Masher rapidly pressing the block button at a different time in the fight grants Howard special mash bonuses. That's new. That button mash type thing is pretty original. I like it. It's very is it not Inception? It's I don't know what the word is, but it's kind of it just feels like this is very. I'm going to go with it. I find it quite Inception-y, really, to kind of or no, sorry, breaking the fourth wall. That is the kind of better thing to kind of describe this as. Each mash bonus requires more pressing of the block button and the last within the same window. So yeah, fine. In the pre-fight menu, there's a pre-fight now. Howard can activate the auto masher, which lasts for the duration of the fight. While auto masher is active, all mash bonuses will be handled automatically for Howard. That's good to a degree. While fighting as defender, auto masher is active. So it just depends on how this auto masher works to the point of are we allowing the game to kind of give us the auto masher potency and improvement, or are we gonna do it ourselves? So in a masher, I've found the best way to mash is to rock the device back and forth in your hands. Okay, so kind of I mean, in any case, you end up looking like a bit of an idiot. So far, it does seem that this is definitely just completely overhauling everything. Now, it does seem that this is actually something that's mentioned within the champion build. It just seems like what Kabam are doing, they're kind of redoing the way and the elements of playing the champion, rather than saying again, breaking the fourth wall. It's sort of there, but it sort of isn't. Having the pre-fight adds an extra bit of complexity to the champion, but at the same time adds something that means something, because the signature ability currently is mash all the buttons. Howard frantically mashes buttons on the loader console and has a X% chance to trigger a self-repair or thunderstruck or thunderquack even. So yeah, I mean that's cool. Signature ability now has changed to be more quack fu orientated, which is important to kind of give a little bit more to this champion on the signature ability currently. The new signature ability is, if Howard is fighting, any fight with a class advantage, he breaks out his legendary Quack Fu to gain the following: critical resistance equal to 40% of Howard's armor rating, base ability actually by 115% instead of the normal 100%, incoming debuff suffer a minus 1.3 second duration. This just adds in some elements of good against mutants, as Kabam was saying, but at the same time, it gives the utility side of things to this champion, which is nice. It means that if you're going in certain scenarios where you're expecting to take a lot of damage and, you know, from critical resistance helping out, then that's good. But ability accuracy being that's over, kind of, it just works really well as an extra. And it does mean that the champion can be good unawakened, because let's face it, there's probably a lot of 6-star unawakened Howard the Ducks out there, and players want to see the value. Anyway, let's go back and talk about the abilities, because there's some really nice abilities on offer for this champion. Some really nice build of Fury buffs. Now, something that I do like is the having bleed effects, immunity to bleed effects. That's great. And personal buffs and debuffs each expire one at a time, which is nice. I don't think that means that too much for like an excessive fall off. But as well, that you're able to start the fight and gain indefinite dormant armor. Mash gains additional dormant armor when the fight starts. Each dormant armor is converted into indefinite armor buff, which is good. It means you're going to be taking damage, and also it looks by this, while either champion is stunned, that 100% chance to gain a Fury buff, which means you're going to be stonking up the damage as those Fury buffs stay on for 10 seconds. Now, if you've got the right synergy in play, and I'm talking, I think it's the Nick Fury combination synergy to increase the length of time for Fury. There could be some nice pair-ups, and I'm looking forward to testing this out. Max stacks of 50. Mash gain additional Fury buffs. I don't know if it's a case that interacts with that more than 50, or it's just you add more on to kind of like build your Fury buffs to 50. So maybe, yeah. More mash equals more damage. Maybe I'll just take the encroaching stun next time and grab some extra Fury. Of course. Heavy attacks, 100% chance to inflict an armor break debuff, removing an armor up buff and reducing armor rating by 76. So mash additional hits can inflict additional armor up debuffs. Okay, cool. So you just build up a lot of armor break debuffs, getting a lot of Fury, doing a lot of damage. Works well. Love it. And now on to the SP1. So unarmed attack, 100% chance to inflict 2 heal block debuffs, each lasting 2.5 seconds. Mash inflicts additional heal block debuffs. Okay, good. So it looks like you're a debuff machine. The BFG, or the surprise, 80% chance to inflict the suppression debuff, reducing combat power rating by 10% for 4 seconds. Mash additional hits can inflict additional suppression debuffs. Cool. And then we've got SP3. 100% chance to inflict a 3-second stun debuff. Now that's important if you want more of those Fury buffs. If Howard gets perfect result in his Special 3 minigame, this stun debuff becomes passive and lasts 4 seconds. Nice. Okay, that's not too bad. It's nice to see something interacts with that perfect kind of 5-star and upwards interaction, because a lot of the time you just do it and you don't get nothing as a result. But if you're perfect every time, you get it as a passive, which can be relatively helpful. And yeah, signature ability looks like it just helps out towards the immunities, which is nice, and also interacts well with mutant champions, improving your ability accuracy versus champions that maybe would suppress it or try to look to take it out. There is definitely a lot on offer with this champion when it comes to the changes from standard Howard the Duck to the new one, and I'm glad that Kabam have chosen Howard the Duck as a champion that they're going to target, as this champion has been one of those ones that nobody uses. There's been 6-star versions, and people are getting, like, now, just, I think, a little bit frustrated with their 6-star rosters, especially if their first ever, second ever, even up to the first 10 6-stars they pick up are nothing really usable, especially from a Howard the Duck's perspective. Completely changing the idea around the champion, having that pre-fight, which the mash sequence is paying homage to the signature ability to a degree, but not too much of a degree. When he gets frustrated, Howard the Duck will mash on the keyboard console, and it's good to see that they are kind of looking to put that in. So I'm really hyped for this. I think this is a great change to Howard the Duck. I've been a little bit concerned about the way that Kabam have built certain champions, especially with signature abilities, and especially with what they've done with Odin, which we'll have to wait until the coming months to find out if they've indeed done him better than he is. But you know, this is still really good stuff. As I said, the Fury building, armor break building looks nice, especially around stunning, which, let's face it, if you're doing a lot of parrying in the likes of Abyss, then that's something that could work really well. You know, loads of parries and smacking in. Not so much with Labyrinth for Legends, Abyss possibly, but other kind of interactions, it will be quite good as well. Either way, yeah, positive? What are your thoughts? Put it in the comment section. Are you happy with the Howard the Duck improvements that they are planning? And yeah, thoughts on that one. And I'll see you all very soon. Make sure to check out some other content. Do bear in mind I will be dropping some more videos today, which will be about the new updates. So make sure to check them out. And I'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye.